And Google and the rest of the search engines are constantly trying to figure out how they can beat the hackers who are trying to help us optimize our jobs. So it's a constant battle. So you need specialization and focus with that too. Just having your webmaster, add meta tags and some keywords here and there is not doing it anymore. They're constantly changing how they scrape the site, the frequency. It's a really an exact science. So if I go in and look at, type in career site optimization, you've got 3 companies practicing what they preach: SEO for jobs, jobs to web, Optajob. There's 3 companies that are focused specifically on search engine optimization and driving traffic. There's certainly the agents, most of your agencies have dedicated teams too that focus on nothing but search engine optimization. Social media, just about everyone's got channelized Twitter accounts now. I know we've got a team dedicated specifically to. Somebody posts an IT job, it goes to an IT Twitter account. Somebody has a sales job, it goes to a sales. So those are very specific tweets. And you're looking for specific salespeople who are going to receive those, and then those obviously are links back. They're then virally spread. So it's just kind of becoming inherent in everything we do. Is this viral distribution that's enabled through both social and mobile, and then the search engine marketing as well. YouTube, there's a ton of things you can do with YouTube. It's kind of raw and undeveloped, but you can. I almost dropped in a few recruiting videos, but there's some really creative things people have done with YouTube to recruit. Just push those out and just try to get some sort of a viral message out there that's just talked about. And in the end, you've got jobs too, and people realize that. You can advertise around those, and you can do a lot of things with YouTube as well. And then mobile recruiting as well. I can speak to all of these and more, but Beyond specifically, we have a Beyond mobile application. So if you go to, you type in your app store, careers, it's going to be one of the first 2. You go to the Beyond mobile, and you can see you can get all the jobs, you can set up your job alert. And then we've got one for each one of our flagship, probably about 50 different mobile apps. So it's really getting easier and easier to develop these apps, and then it's a matter of optimizing your presence in the app stores. So it's the radar and the radar detector. Everyone's trying to manipulate everything, but you have to play in that sandbox. The future, which is obviously probably the most exciting piece, is the possibilities are really only limited by the scope of our imaginations. We've seen how quickly things have progressed. If you look back at when you had newspaper in hand and highlighter, who would have thought that you've got a little buzz on your pocket, and also if you look and there's your dream job just being delivered to you through some permission that you gave on some random day, when you were having a bad day at work or something. So where things are going, I think better and more precise targeting. I think if you saw Minority Report, where the guy's walking through the mall and there's like, hey, mister, and it's offering you things that are specific to you. That was through, I think, a retinal scan, but through your phone, your device, and it matches up to you, and it's offering you very specific targeted ads. Don't know if it's going to go there necessarily anytime soon, but I don't doubt it at all. I don't know. It's going to be cool. It's going to be fun to watch. Continued advance of mobile marketing. Again, giving permission, better permission to be able to send me things I want to send. You've got a lot of iZig, if you're familiar with, where you can text them a thing and it just sends you specific things. That's getting better and better. So again, getting permission to be able to send these mobile marketing devices now, even if you don't have a way of distributing text messages, you will eventually. It's going to become standard. So start getting permission now just so you can get ahead of the game. Better speed, obviously everything's getting better, faster, smaller. So the speed of being able to just click and sort, integrate, and push out and pull information from all these various social places, and the profile dashboard you're going to have on a candidate. It's going to be like the FBI has right now. We'll have everything you want to know, just click. I really think that's coming down the way. Better connectivity and truly seamless integrations. Everything's starting to talk to each other. It's a modular environment out there right now, so everything's starting to integrate. Some of them are very painful, but they're getting better. They've been getting a lot better. Increased momentum of freemium, and I'll talk specifically about this a little bit. Freemium who's read the book Free by Chris Anderson? Anyone? Future of Radical Price. Highly recommend it. Great book about just free, and it really talks about the history, current, future of free, just the word free. And you're starting to see a lot of free things. Web 2.0 has allowed people a couple of developers in a basement, and you got a little bit of marketing savvy, you got a company. You might as well be a big company because they can market themselves well. So that's driven down the price. That obviously is very inexpensive to use the internet. So, you see a lot of giveaway something, the basic model, and then you charge for enhancements and features. That's, and I'll talk about that more in a second. Pay for performance models is coming, you see that today. I only want to pay per click, I want to pay per resume, pay per candidate, pay per hire. Those types of models are coming right now. We do some of that. It's you know, you got to be careful with it because it takes a whole lot of tracking. You end up sometimes paying more. Sometimes you pay a whole lot more doing it that way, so you need to really look at it. Again, back to speed. Again, just click. I want to see this. Click. I want to see that. I want to see just various views on various points of data with all the tables and interconnectivity. You're going to have access to anything you need within seconds. Connectivity and integrations. I already talked about that really, but to go to scour, rank multiple databases in seconds without having to wait. And everyone's, it's like you have to integrate. You have to give up your access to your data, or everyone else is doing it, and you're going to be left behind. You have to. It's an open environment we live in, which benefits us. The freemium models, you're already seeing this. We're talking about the future, but even today, you've got free applicant tracking systems if you want them. It's interesting. Job score, as long as you're willing to share the resumes that you don't want, free ATS. Obviously, you want to keep those for later. A lot of folks do the same. If you're a smaller startup company or something like that, if you're a little staffing firm, just to get up and running and you don't have a lot of cost, why not? Open CATs. You've got a pretty robust applicant track system for nothing. You've got free job listings. You can go post stuff on some markets, Craigslist for nothing, 25 bucks. Oodle, Indeed, Juju, Google Base. I remember when Google Base first came out, it was like agencies across everyone. Job boards was coming, panic, war room. We gotta, what's this gonna do? This is gonna change everything. Google Base is now giving away free jobs. It didn't go that way. Again, it helped push it that way. There is free, but there's also limited value in free today. But you're gonna see more and more of that free and freemium. We'll give you the basic cable, and then if you want to pay for the premium stuff, then you got to pay for it. That's where things are really starting to go, and we're seeing a lot more of that. Potential game changers, who could really violently disrupt the current marketplace? Google, I think, more than anyone. Google could come out today or tomorrow, and you've heard rumblings over the years about it, but they kind of went away. Free applicant tracking system, free HRIS. They could build anything. I mean, they've got totally deep pockets. They pay for everything they do with the little ads that they serve, so they can afford to give away. It's just where are they going to cast their lazy eye next? They can totally change our industry pretty easily. And you can be afraid of it, especially in the working environment, or you can embrace that. What type of opportunities does that create? Because every time there's a radical change like that, it's opportunities for us to get a leg up on our competition. And then Oracle, PeopleSoft, same thing. If they started giving away their applicant tracking system for free without requiring the portal or whatever, if you're familiar, that would be kind of an interesting way for them to land the ERP clients. And then so the bigger the companies start looking at, I can give away this to then get access to all these candidates that I can then monetize all these different ways. Those are the types of things that could happen and likely will happen. Final thoughts, and then I'll definitely open it up for questions or comments, but the online recruiting industry will continue to evolve at lightning speed. You've got to accept and embrace it. Again, my mom's never touched a computer. That's not an option these days. This scary stuff coming down the road, mobile, social, all these things. If you're saying, I'm going to let that pass me by, I don't need to go there, that's just the future, that's just all the Trekkies, but you got to get out in front of it. You got to be collecting those mobile, permissions now. You got to be out there having a voice in the social community. You got to understand what your reputation is and how you're going to start building trust and how to get your employees involved in some of the things you've been hearing with social. Don't be afraid to experiment. Love trials, and when somebody comes and says, "Can we do a little pilot?" Absolutely. Let's prove it. Let's prove that it works. Let's do a pilot. No, I don't want to do pilots. We want to do Monster, We're going to do LinkedIn. We're going to do a handful of things. We'll use a newspaper. Great, do those things. Do what's proven to work, but try some of these things. There's a whole lot of that out of that sea of confusion. Pilot something every quarter if you want. Have some budget set aside just for pilots. Try things out. If it works, great. If it doesn't, you're really at pretty low risk. People are going to give you, well, not give you, but pretty low cost for pilots.